Hey guys, we're back with the Screen Team right here on KWOC. You're listening to us, and of course, sometimes you might be watching us as well. We've got our own official YouTube channel at Screen Team of Poplar Bluff. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out our official website at screenteimpb.com. We're all over social media as well. I told you about YouTube. We're also on Facebook, and we're also on Twitter. Right now, we're going to be reviewing a movie that probably a lot of you have seen before, a lot of you guys know about, but if you haven't seen it, or maybe you just kind of forgot about it, we're here to kind of remind you about it and let you know what our thoughts are. The movie we're talking about is the animated version of Cinderella that Disney did back in 1950. It's a classic. It's a Disney classic, and we're going to be talking about it for you this evening. And on the phone, we have got our good friend of the Screen Team, Miss Angela. Angela, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Chris.
Now, for those who don't know, Angie is my sister, and Angie and I grew up, like most of you out there, we grew up watching Disney movies. Loved them. I remember you and I used to watch, everything from Little Mermaid to Beauty and the Beast to Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella was one of them as well. Do you have any Disney favorites that you remember watching as a young one?
Lion King, Aladdin, and He Poor Soul. I would watch one movie and I would remember it for the entire thing. So the next time we watched it, I would repeat the words. In Cinderella, I still know the words to this day.
And you still do it too. Like if you and I are watching a Disney movie, man, you won't hesitate. You'll break out your knowledge on the movie lines, right?
Right.
Let's talk about Cinderella. I love Cinderella. It's not one of my favorite Disney cartoons. Not my favorite Disney princess movie. I always love Sleeping Beauty. That's the one that I dig the most. I know that you love a lot of Disney movies, a lot of Disney princess movies. Where does Cinderella rank for you?
Probably about fourth or fifth. I am a big Ariel, Belle, and Tiana now princess, the ones who are looking for adventure. And Cinderella, she is stuck in a house being a servant, and she gets to go to the ball eventually, even though all these things are breaking her down. She finally gets to go to the ball, but it's more of a homebody experience, kind of like trying to get out of a bad situation sort of thing. So I like the princesses who go after their ambitions and goals.
Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the struggles Cinderella had? Because she wants a better life. She wants to do those things that you're talking about, but there's something holding her down. What is holding her down?
Her stepmother is holding her down. Unfortunately, Cinderella's mother and father had passed away. In the movie, you kind of get a hint that maybe, something happened between the stepmother and the father, that he's not around anymore.
Wait a minute. Are you throwing a conspiracy theory on there? Are you saying that the stepmother had something to do with Daddy passing?
She just looks very evil when Cinderella's crying. She has this look on her face like, I got the estate and you have nothing now. So there's a conspiracy theory in the look.
Gotcha.
She could have loved that father, for all I know.
Yeah.
But Cinderella's stepmother treats her as a servant for the house as soon as her father passes away. So Cinderella has to wait on the stepmother and her two stepsisters.
And her two stepsisters aren't accommodating for her either. They're pretty mean to her, right? Too.
Yeah, they don't like Cinderella at all. They're like, you're basically trash. So they give her chores and to do. She has to she has to wash and mend their clothes, and they give her all these different tasks. Even the cat's not nice to her.
That's true. Lucifer, man. Lucifer is Lucifer's not funny. He's pretty mean.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the people who are helping Cinderella, because she does have some help along the way in the movie. Who's helping her out?
The mice and the birds. They help her out. She takes them out of the cages that they get caught in because they're mice. And she gives them little hats and little clothes, and she takes care of them, so they take care of her.
And, of course, later on in the movie, we meet somebody who helps her greatly, and that's her fairy godmother, right?
Right, and that's one of the favorite songs in the movie, Zippy Boppity Boo. It's a fun song to, saying that, yeah, your dreams, you've been nice to the animals, you have a kind heart. So, even though you had these struggles and your stepmother tried to not get you to the ball, I'm going to help you out. But you only have till midnight.
Right. So we've pretty much gone over the basic storyline of this film. For those who haven't seen it or don't know anything about Cinderella, what is it about this version that makes it a Disney classic? Is it the music? Is it the animation? What to you makes it like, yeah, this is special? Why is it special?
It's special to me because I was reading today, in other versions of Cinderella, the mice and birds don't become a big part of the story. They're just there. In this Disney classic, the studio made the mice and birds, a comedy element. Like Gus, he was one of the mice who got trapped, and he's trying to get these cheeses, and you're like, oh no, is Lucifer going to get him because Gus wants 10 cheeses, and Lucifer is like trying to get after him. So there's a comedic scene there where you're like, uh-oh, what's going to happen? But like the storyline also and the songs, they help make it a classic. Gotcha.
A lot of people have seen this movie. I'm sure there's some that haven't. Who is this movie for? Who do you think is really going to like it? Is it just a kids movie, or can grown-ups get into it as well?
I think grown-ups can get into it. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth a watch. If you like the Frozen of today or Moana, I would say go ahead and give Cinderella a look at.
Do you think it's outdated? Do you think it still stands up to today's standards?
Well, Cinderella was remade as a live action a couple years ago, and I know that people have loved that movie. Mm-hmm. I wasn't a big fan, but yes, people love that. It was the same exact retelling of the 1950s version of Cinderella, but yes, it was retold in live action form.
But you think the animated film still stands up to today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people can get a comic relief out of it, and it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie. It's a Disney classic for a reason. It's Cinderella, back from 1950. And, of course, it's one of those things that sometimes you can find on DVD and Blu-ray. Sometimes they put it in the vault. You're just going to have to check your video store to see if it's still out there and available. Angie, thanks for being on the show.
Sure, not a problem. And just one more piece of information. If you didn't know, Lucifer was voiced by June Foray, who also voiced Granny in the Tweety and Sylvester cartoon.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. Thanks for that information.
Sure.
All right, coming up after the break, we've got more reviews for you right here on KWOC.